From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear methods of beating the heat for those who don't have homes with running water or AC.
And the latest out of Orrington, after house fire on Saturday night required the response of multiple departments.
And details from the Sebago Lake campground after last week's powerful storm left one girl dead. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us here on the morning show. We're ready to rock and roll. It's Monday. We're back at the helm. Here we go. Unfortunately, though, the temperatures over the weekend were really, really hot.
I know. We're starting now to finally get a bit of a reprieve, but...
Just a little bit. We have some thunderstorms in the area right now. They should dwindle out this afternoon. So let's get a first check of our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs. He joins us now with the latest.
And thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already a small craft advisory is in effect until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. We have a system that's going to be moving through today, and that will give us chances for a few showers and storms later today, on top of some gusty winds that can reach up to about 25 miles per hour in a few areas. All this right here is moving from the west to the east. We're watching some rain showers right here, and as this continues to move off to the east, we'll be watching for more development later this afternoon, as some storms by the afternoon could turn strong to severe. Alrighty, here's the bigger picture right now. All of this is moving from the west to the east, so nothing completely ridiculous yet, other than some general rain showers. But again, more stronger than severe thunderstorms on the way as we head towards the afternoon period. And so about 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll see this low line developing, then calming down in a hurry later on tonight as we do become mostly clear. Moving forward, though, winds will be out of the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts up to about 20 miles per hour, possible early but backing off overnight tonight as that system begins to move away. So your forecast for today, 85 degrees, afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms possible. That's large hail, maybe some damaging winds as well. Damaging winds looks to be the best threat, and maybe some isolated tornadoes not out of the question either. But your hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime, basically, showing on and off chances of showers and storms, temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. First up this morning, the Maine State Police have made an arrest in connection with the death of a 14-year-old girl from Mount Vernon. Brooke McLaughlin was found deceased in her home last Monday, July 18th, just after 6 p.m. According to Maine State Police spokesperson, on Saturday morning, state police detectives arrested a male juvenile and charged him with murder. The juvenile was taken to Long Creek Youth Development Center in South Portland. State police aren't releasing the juvenile's name or where in Maine he is from. We're told that McLaughlin and the juvenile did know each other. Detectives continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding McLaughlin's death, and anyone with information is asked to contact the state police.
Multiple fire departments responded to a house fire in Orrington Saturday evening. The Orrington Fire Department responded to the scene on Island View Drive just before 7 p.m. A resident of the home told us that all family members got out safely, but a family dog was still missing. Multiple fire departments assisted on scene, including Brewer, Eddington, Hamden, and Bucksport. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Campers and staff at Sebago Lake Family Campground are still shaken over the powerful storm that took the life of a 9-year-old girl. The sheriff says when the storm hit, the girl's family was getting ready to leave the campground. That's when a falling tree crashed into the car she was in. Brad Rogers has more.
They pulled in as we were pulling out to go to dinner.
Rick Bailey, who's staying at Sebago Lake Family Campground, says at least 3 vehicles were crushed here by falling trees. We won't show the car that the 9-year-old girl was in.
You would think that the car would stand up pretty well, but, you know, that tree was about that big around. And
the sheriff says first responders used chainsaws, tractors, and the jaws of life to try to get to the girl.
When it all happened, there's a woman down the street who's a doctor, and she was running over trying to, save that girl. And
Jim Keenan lives near Sebago Lake Family Campground, where dozens of towering pine trees fell during the 10-minute storm. This one just missed his neighbor's home.
It sounded like a freight train, and we ran inside the house as fast as we could, thinking that's the safest place. It probably was, but if that tree had gone at a slightly different angle, there's no safe place to be.
I am devastated. I have best friends that camp in that campground. It looks like a complete war zone in there, something you see right out of a movie.
The superintendent says the little girl was a wonderful student, full of kindness, and was a friend to all.
She was a wonderful, delightful student. She'll be remembered for her smile and her kindness to others. Students, especially that young, they're supposed to live longer and they're supposed to have long, cherished lives, and taken so short, it's like stealing, someone's future.
A Belfast woman faces multiple charges in connection with an alleged attempted burglary Friday morning. According to Belfast Police Chief Robert Cormier, officers responded to a call about a suspicious person at 61 Ryan Road around 4:45 a.m. Friday. After a short pursuit, the suspect was stopped and apprehended on Searsport Avenue. Officers arrested 44-year-old Mary Shapaniak of Belfast. She is charged with attempted burglary, use of drug paraphernalia, and refusing to stop for law enforcement officer. She was arraigned Friday in Waldo County Superior Court and is scheduled for a probable cause hearing on September 30th. The investigation remains ongoing, and anyone with information about this incident should contact the Belfast Police Department at 338-2040.
It was a big opening day for farmers across the state. People from all over got a chance to visit their favorite farmsteads. Stephanie Wittenbach has the story.
Balfour Farm in Pittsfield opened their fields to anyone who would want to take a gander. Families made it to the farm to explore and perhaps take home some goodies while there.
It's literally open farm. We give you a farm tour, we show you the animals, we can answer questions about how we make our cheeses.
Heather and Doug Donahue, owners of the organic dairy farm, sell anything from butter, yogurt, and raw milk. Donahue says they also expanded their farm because their daughter Erin Donahue started growing veggies and more on the acres of land.
We grow diversified mixed organic vegetables, woodlot mushrooms, and fruits.
Donahue and Andrew shared much of what they do on the mushroom farm to folks during Sunday's open farm day.
We try and educate people on just how easy it is to incorporate mushrooms as just any other kind of crop. Takes a little bit of different infrastructure, but once you have that, it's really easy to just kind of integrate it into your crop plan.
Erin Donahue and David Andrews sell their fruits and veggies across Maine at several farmers markets. At Sunday's event, folks were able to take home produce and artisan cheeses. Donahue says their farm is open from Thursday to Sunday, while they tend to their veggies and animals the first half of the week. To find out more about the organic farm, check out balfourfarmdairy.com. In Pittsfield, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the latest program announced by Governor Mills in order to support small businesses.
But first, let's get a quick look at what the forecast is shaping up to be on this Monday. A high of 85 degrees today. We'll see some thunderstorms early morning. They'll dwindle out, and then they'll be coming back this afternoon. Expect to see some early showers this evening when temperatures drop below 60 degrees. And tomorrow we're back with the partially cloudy skies with a high of 83.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-844-471-0022 now. That's 1-844-471-0022.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
A vicious, unprovoked assault. In your drunken rage, you could have killed him.
I honestly don't remember.
Don't remember. You should start doing some remembering, because these are the kinds of things that land people in jail.
Hot Match. Monday at 3 on ABC7.
Governor Janet Mills announced a new program to support small businesses across the state who may have been impacted by the pandemic. Our Sierra Jordan explains.
From increased cost to nationwide supply chain shortages, several of Maine's small businesses are still hurting from the pandemic.
We're certainly seeing the impacts of global supply chain, of kind of these global inflationary pressures, of the need to kind of improve weatherization and HVAC options. And those are, in some cases, taking capital away from other things businesses needed to do in order to be able to diversify and grow.
Governor Janet Mills launched a new program to provide forgivable loans to support small businesses across the state that experience losses, increasing costs, or market disruptions as a result of the pandemic. The Thrive Maine program is administered by the Finance Authority of Maine, which will make a total investment of $120 million to help small businesses succeed.
And most governors recognize the importance of small business to their state and also to the communities. Often small businesses are the primary economic light in a community, at least private sector light. And it's important that we keep those lights burning as brightly as possible.
Governor Mills' Jobs and Recovery Plan was approved by the legislature to invest a total of $1 billion in American Rescue Plan funds. So far, the plan has made more than $228 million in financial assistance available for small businesses.
You know, we are seeing Maine businesses really figure out how to thrive and grow, and this is a program that will continue to help support that work.
Johnson says folks can start applying to the program in early September. In studio, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
As temperatures rise, more people are finding ways to beat the heat. But what about members of the homeless community? AJ Douglas found out what resources are available and how community members can help.
The homeless population is considered one of the most vulnerable groups exposed to heated temperatures. The city of Bangor offers public resources like sprinklers on the waterfront and free water fill-ups at the new Harbor Master. The Bangor area homeless shelter shut down their past cooling center due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We closed during COVID to the outside public and just had our overnight guests able to use that day area. And every time we get ready to pull back some of the restrictions and open it, there'll be a spike in COVID.
Professionals close to the issue stress the importance of water consumption.
With people who are coming in for lunch or to get a bag lunch, we're passing them out some extra cold waters. Usually they get one. Today they're getting 2 or 3.
Healthcare professionals say it's important for community members to be aware of the telling signs that the heat is making you sick.
We'll begin to see symptoms. You may see a rash that may not appear at first. They may get mild muscle cramps that will progress into being more severe. They'll feel their thirst increasing. They may feel dizziness, generally feeling weak.
The best way for residents to be involved in prevention methods boils down to one thing: water.
The best thing to do maybe is to donate water to the different organizations that work with homeless folks. Carry some water with you to pass out when you see folks who might be experiencing homelessness on the street.
To make sure that they have water and can be offered those kinds of resources.
The Bangor Area Homeless Shelter is working to reopen a cooling center next month, depending on staffing. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
The time is now 6:14. After the break, Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness will be receiving a multi-million-dollar grant in order to study Alzheimer's among its citizens.
Plus the latest from Bar Harbor citizens who are considering a petition in order to limit the amount of cruise ships in Frenchman Bay. We'll be right back.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold. However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Choose a Boderas boiler from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. Choose from Daikin, Fujitsu, or Mitsubishi heat pumps, and you'll be ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
Bar Harbor residents are considering a citizen petition to limit the amount of cruise ships that come into town. The petition would limit the number of cruise ship passengers entering Bar Harbor to 1,000 people a day. The town held a meeting where they heard from nearly 24 people that voiced their concerns on how this poses serious legal concerns. Despite the uproar, Gail Abbott understands why both sides of the debate.
I understand why a lot of people don't want cruise ships because of the crowding, but to me this year it doesn't seem like there's any difference on cruise ship days versus no cruise ship days.
Councilors will be deciding on whether to move forward with the proposal on the town ballot in November.
Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness is getting a $4.4 million grant to research Alzheimer's disease. The money is coming from the National Institute on Aging. Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness will be working in conjunction with Washington State University's Institute for Research and Education. They will conduct a study over the next 4 years to understand and estimate the frequency of Alzheimer's disease-related dementias among citizens of the Wabanaki tribe. The research will be based on members 55 years and older in Bangor starting this summer. The grant will also fund 2 other projects. One will work to strengthen tribal sovereignty by creating a tribal research review board to accompany and direct future scientific endeavors. Now, the other will build research capacity for Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness staff and undergraduate students.
A marker honoring the late Gary Gordon was recently relocated to the Lincoln Memorial Library. On Friday, people gathered at the library for an unveiling of the marker and to speak about the legacy of the Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant Gary Gordon gave his life defending his country and protecting his fellow soldiers while serving in the United States Army. Gordon was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor in 1994 for his bravery and ultimate sacrifice.
Well, when Gary was in Somalia, Mogadishu, they asked to go in because there was a downed Black Hawk helicopter with the crew aboard.
On Friday, a rededication ceremony was held at the Lincoln Memorial Library to unveil the new location of a marker honoring Gordon. Several people gave remarks about Gordon, including local student Lily Mitchell.
Master Sergeant Gary Gordon gave up his life for America. He is our hometown hero. He is America's hero.
Gary Beese of the Gary Gordon Medal of Honor Foundation says Gordon was warned that he was unlikely to return alive from his mission, but that Gordon felt compelled to answer the call to action.
Our town is very proud of him, and his family is proud.
I'm told by those who knew Gordon that he was an avid reader and visited the Lincoln Memorial Library often. In fact, when a friend of Gordon's was seeking information on the Medal of Honor, he checked out an Army pamphlet that hadn't been reserved for 22 years. The last person to check out that same pamphlet at the Lincoln Memorial Library? An 11-year-old Gary Gordon. I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:19.
And let's bring in meteorologist Devin Biggs with another look at our forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
And thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already a small craft advisory is in effect until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. As the winds will start to calm down by that point, they will remain rather gusty today, as we'll be watching for showers and thunderstorms moving in. We're seeing a line moving in already, but just some general showers at this point, maybe a few rumbles of thunder as well. This will become a little bit more interesting later on in the afternoon period, as we'll watch for another line of showers and storms developing along a cold front, though, and that could bring with it some stronger winds, some large hail, and of course an isolated tornado not out of the question either. So here's the line right here, though. This is what we're watching this morning, moving from the west going toward the east. High pressure right behind it. So once we get high pressure moving in, which will look to be later on tonight and tomorrow, things will begin to calm down. What we got to get through today with strong to severe thunderstorms possible. So again, we're talking large hail, damaging winds. Damaging winds looks to be the best potential, and maybe an isolated tornado. But wave height is also up as well. 4 to 7 feet. This is why that small craft advisory is in effect. And of course, gusty winds not helping things out at all, as some of those gusty winds reach up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour in a few spots, but quickly backing off later on tonight, with more gusty winds on the way as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Our average high is 81 degrees. Will be in the 80s for the next several days, so generally above average. A few days better than others. That will be roughly above average, though, and maybe near average. But your muggy meter moving forward will improve after today, with dew points today in the lower 70s. So today may be a little bit rough, but by Tuesday and Wednesday and most of Thursday will start to improve. But later in the day, Thursday, will start to rise again as more heat and humidity begins to move in. So future counts moving forward, again, showers and storms this morning. Better chances in the afternoon of strong to severe thunderstorms possible. Damaging winds looks to be the best threat, but some large hail and an isolated tornado not out of the question either. We'll get that through, and then by later on tonight, we will begin to calm down under a partly cloudy sky. Where's the best threat for severe weather? Basically near Bangor, along with areas to the east, to the south, and also to the south and west. Smaller risk further off towards the north. So basically, if you're anywhere in the state, let's keep an eye on things today. As strong to severe storms not out of the question, with that threat generally stretching off towards the south and west as well. So a forecast for today, middle 80s afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, you heard the threats before. Large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornado not out of the question. Southwest wind up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 59 degrees, rain showers early, then partly cloudy. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your extended forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation. Tuesday and Wednesday becoming partly cloudy, highs in the lower to middle 80s, and then more storms again. Thursday and Friday, highs in the lower to middle 80s as well.
Who's coming to America's favorite morning show this week? Get this: Brad Pitt and Reggae Jean Page, John Krasinski, Neil Patrick Harris, plus GMA's racing across the country in search of the most delicious, best burger. This week on
Good Morning America.
Ladies, a main adventure. So today I'm going to talk about Carhartt.
You always want to talk about Carhartt.
Well, that's because we're always getting new stuff in every day. Fall shipments are starting to roll in. We got blue jeans back in. Best selection, best prices.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Protect your boat with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. With premium lift options and flexible configurations, there's a Shoremaster that's right for you. And their exclusive Whisper winch offers quiet operation. Shoremaster lifts are easy to install, but if you need it, Hammond can arrange professional installation. And delivery is available from any of Hammond's 21 locations statewide. Get back on the water quickly and easily, and enjoy summer made simple with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Incubus. Live. August 7th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. One incredible night with Incubus. With special guests, Sublime with Rome and the Aqua Dolls. Incubus, on sale now. Buy tickets at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Part of the Varney Insurance Concert Series.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Her Closet Boutique Consignments, affordable new and gently used name brand clothing, shoes, and accessories for the entire family. Huff Power Sports, your local Bobcat compact tractor dealer. Come see what Bobcat has to offer. Huff Power Sports, your authorized Bobcat dealer. And Foxy Hair Design has been in Newport for 40 years, a family salon doing hair and nails, open Monday through Saturday.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Pope Francis arrived in Edmonton Sunday for what is being called a penitential journey. Now, the pontiff says he wants to apologize to Canada's Indigenous people for the abuse of children in residential schools for a period of stretches from the 19th to mid-20th century. Canada's first Indigenous Governor General, along with the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, met the Pope on the tarmac after touchdown. A group of Indigenous leaders in traditional dress greeted the Pope, among them a survivor of the residential schools, Chief Greg Desjardins. Now, the Pope left for the airport from St. Joseph's Seminar in Edmonton, and they were able to stay where he will be staying. Now, today the Pope will be set to visit a former residential school in Maskawatchis, and where he will be visiting a cemetery and meet the survivors.
A fast-moving wildfire continues decimating California. And besides posing serious concerns for humans and property, conservationists are worried about critical wildlife in nearby Yosemite National Park. Fox News' Richard Jordan has the latest on the destruction, plus unique efforts to prevent future damage involving goats.
Another massive wildfire charring the Golden State as an army of firefighters unleash assaults from the air and ground, desperately trying to contain California's Oak Fire, which as of Sunday burned more than 14,000 acres in Mariposa County, outside Yosemite National Park. The inferno, which ignited Friday, forcing more than 3,000 people to evacuate. But some, like Tony Foster, are reluctant to leave. He already lost one home to a wildfire back in 2008, and since rebuilding it with his wife, is committed to saving the property that now holds more weight than gold.
We built this home, and then sadly she passed away shortly thereafter. So yeah, it's a pretty special home.
Meanwhile, the Oak Fire's proximity to Yosemite National Park is stoking new fears over the safety of California's iconic sequoia trees, with wildfires over the last 2 years having killed up to 20% of all large sequoias. The U.S. Forest Service recently announcing new plans to ramp up projects aimed at clearing forests of flammable underbrush to prevent new fires from destroying more of the giant trees. The effort to manage brush is also getting a helping hoof from hundreds of goats. These little guys will be grazing along 14 acres of land in central California. Surrounding electrical equipment officials are worried could be prone to wildfire risks. Richard Jordan, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show. The weekend may have been hot, but that didn't stop Mainers from enjoying the Lincoln Loon Festival. We'll take a look next.
Plus, from land and sea, thousands gathered to unwind at the Harpswell Lobster Boat Races. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including money added back to your Social Security check. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card, money for over-the-counter items, and money back in your Social Security check each month, and so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $840 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will give you the details you need to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-282-3827. WellCare. Call today.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
It's Monday, July 25th. It's 75 degrees outside already. The forecast is coming up in just a moment.
Actor Matt LeBlanc, Joey on TV's Friends, is 55, and the world's first test tube baby, Louise Joy Brown, is 44 today.
And today is National Fudge Sundae Day, a Sunday on a Monday to start the week. That sounds phenomenal.
I'm always down for ice cream.
I mean, like, how can you not? It's Monday. I mean, like, to make anything better on today, you might as well get some ice cream. Now, what else do you put on besides fudge? Do you put the cherry in the whipped cream?
Yes, but I've been on Klondike bars lately, so that's low maintenance.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, the worst sundae you could possibly have. Oh, probably, I don't know. I don't like bananas on them. Bananas.
I like a banana sundae.
Split,
a banana
whatever they
split,
call it.
Thank you. I was getting there. I don't really like peanut butter sauce on it.
Ooh, that would be tough. I love peanut butter. I don't know about ice cream.
I love peanut butter, but not on ice cream. There's sanctity to ice cream.
What about if it was like Reese's peanut butter on the ice cream?
Sure, or a Blizzard.
Oh, even better. Yeah. Blizzards go a long way.
Yeah. Well, let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Bakes.
Good morning, Devin.
And thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already a small craft advisory is in effect until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. We have a system that's going to be moving through today, and that will give us chances for a few showers and storms later today, on top of some gusty winds that can reach up to about 25 miles per hour in a few areas. All this right here is moving from the west to the east. We're watching some rain showers right here, and as this continues to move off to the east, we'll be watching for more development later this afternoon, as some storms by the afternoon could turn strong to severe. Alrighty, here's the bigger picture right now. All of this is moving from the west to the east, so nothing completely ridiculous yet, other than some general rain showers. But again, more stronger than severe thunderstorms on the way as we head towards the afternoon period. And so about 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll see this low line developing, then calming down in a hurry later on tonight as we do become mostly clear. Moving forward, though, winds will be out of the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts up to about 20 miles per hour, possible early but backing off overnight tonight as that system begins to move away. So your forecast for today, 85 degrees afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms possible. That's large hail, maybe some damaging winds as well. Damaging winds looks to be the best threat, and maybe some isolated tornadoes not out of the question either. But your hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime, basically, showing on and off chances of showers and storms, temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin.
The Maine Celtic celebration is back in person after being strictly remote for 2 years. Now, this year's celebration had plenty of eye-popping events, including a dog show and kilt contest.
Board member Steve Bowler says their largest event is the U.S. National Cheese Roll Championship, which this year was sponsored by Pineland Farms, a cheese crafter company in Bangor.
The big event that we all love here is the U.S. National Cheese Roll. How big is that, Jim? 5 pounds. 5 pounds of cheese. So this is a Monterey Jack, I think, this one here. But we gave out cheddar, I think, for folks too. And I'll tell you, we had a fantastic crowd here for that. A lot of participation. I think we had over 100 participants.
Bowler says winners took home a wheel of cheese, and Pineland Farms gave out cheese blocks to all participants. Maine's Celtic celebration will be back again next year on coastal Maine's Belfast waterfront.
And I'm sure they got home quickly after getting that cheese because it probably just melted in the car if not.
That's a good point.
First thing I thought of was if I got a block of cheese, I'd get it home immediately or put it in a cooler.
Especially from a nice local cheese company. It's good cheese.
Well, you don't want to waste it. You can't waste cheese.
Okay. Good law. I like that law. Well, this year's Lincoln Loon Festival is officially in the books.
Matthew Geronzik stopped by the event and gives us a recap.
Citizens of Lincoln would not let the heat stop them from participating in the third day of the Loon Festival. Many people in the crowd did what they could to protect themselves on the boiling day, drinking water, buying umbrellas, and putting on sunscreen. Malin Smith didn't let the warm temperatures prevent her from seeing her favorite attraction.
Train, because it's my favorite.
The event is well loved by the community as it spans 4 days, with each year having its own theme. This year's theme? Loon Lagoon. Many of the businesses in the parade and activities were geared towards being tropical themed, with events like the Redneck Regatta and a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. For Lisa Noyes, this event helps reconnect people.
It gives us all a chance to come together, see each other. Not everybody's seen each other in a while. And so it's good to see your friends out and about and at a good event.
The town prepares for this event as early as January. Noyes works with the Events and Tourism Committee, which helps with locking down vendors, food trucks, and bands for the 4 days. Axel Frodal says there's nothing quite like the Loon Festival.
If I'm going to be honest, every year it just makes me feel at home because it's known as homecoming. And so every year I feel more at home the more I see that parade every year.
Reporting from Lincoln, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7, Fox 22.
Maine's lobstering industry is faced with rising fuel prices and changes to where and when they can fish.
What has been a stressful year took a backseat, even just for a day, to an annual tradition in Harpswell.
Owen Kingsley explains the tight-knit bond of this mid-coast community.
From land and sea, thousands gathered to unwind at the Harpswell Lobster Boat Races.
So today is a day for them just to kick back and relax.
Heats broken down by boat size and cash prizes awaiting the winners. In 2020, the races were canceled, and last year, weather dampened the festivities.
It rained, it was windy, and it was very miserable.
This year we've moved it to Mitchell Field, so we've got more space, more people can view it by land, and there's just more energy behind it.
More stress and challenges than ever before in the lobster fishing industry, making today a bit of a holiday for this mid-coast community.
Monday through Saturday, they are in their oilskins and their boots, and they have to worry about diesel prices.
I heard a woman saying she was probably going to end up spending $600 in fuel that she really doesn't have to spend right now, and she's out here because it means that much to her.
Today is also about community, selling gear to fundraise for the Harpswell Santa Fund. It started as a way to make sure kids have presents at Christmas, but has expanded throughout the community.
Any families that are in need of basically anything, they just come together and provide it.
They've used the money to help elderly people pay for home heating fuel, among other things.
Times are tough these days, and everybody needs help every once in a while.
Each race day, they expect to make upwards of $15,000.
It's one day a year that they get to come together and have a little bit of fun competition and give back to a great cause and a great community.
Still to come here this morning, Senior League Baseball is back for the summer. Tyler Cruz will join us for your Monday morning sports update.
But first, here's another look at your forecast. Those strong thunderstorms will be coming back this afternoon. You'll see them around this morning for a little bit. They'll dwindle out until tonight with a high of 85 degrees today. Tonight, you'll see those early showers with temperatures dropping below 60 degrees. It'll cool off quite a bit. And tomorrow, we're back up in the low 80s with partially cloudy skies.
Selling your home is a big job. You need a team to help pull it off. Real estate is no joke, and these cats ain't laughing.
You know, I think we can get you more for your home.
We just posted your house online, and we're already getting great response.
Buy or sell confidently with Mark and Nancy.
Actually, it's Nancy and Mark.
Right, Nancy and Mark Rowe. Experience, personality, results. I'm sold.
Here at Colburn Shoe, we have something for the whole family. New spring arrivals are coming in daily from quality brands such as Hoka, Birkenstock, Dansko, Sperry, Merrill, and many more. We pride ourselves on our exceptional service. That is why we are America's oldest shoe store. The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna. ABC 7, Fox 22, Village Variety, and Mad Cat and Company Bar and Grill want to send you to see A Day to Remember, live in concert with special guests Beartooth and Bad Omens, Wednesday, August 3rd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Village Variety in Glenburn and Mad Cat and Company Bar and Grill in Brewer, where friends meet and become family. Win tickets to see A Day to Remember, August 3rd on the Bangor waterfront.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
Welcome back in. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with some hoops. It was announced on Friday that Maine women's basketball will have a venue change for their upcoming season. The university announced that the Black Bears will play the entirety of their 2022-23 home schedule at Memorial Gym on campus, or the Pit, as it's more commonly known as, it's where they hosted all of their America East tournament games last winter. And in my opinion, the Pit is awesome. You put 700 in there, it feels like 7,000. Great arena to play in. In a statement, Coach Amy Vachon says, quote, "We look forward to the incredible atmosphere and big crowds that will come and cheer us on, giving us the competitive advantage to vie for a trip to the NCAA tournament." All right, looking forward to that. I love going to games at the Pit. Let's hit the Diamond now. Over the past week, teams from all over the East Coast have flocked to Bangor for the Senior League East Regional, making for the experience of a lifetime.
It's just summer baseball.
Senior League Baseball is back in Bangor, with the East Regional returning to Mansfield this past week for the first time since 2019, bringing teams from all over the East Coast up to Maine.
It's crazy that, there's bears here, there's moose here. It's just one of the cool things. You don't really get to see a lot of rivers. You got that big river right down the road.
Red hot dogs in Maine. Red hot dogs are not the move.
It's very wilderness, a lot of trees. I want to see a moose down here. I don't know where to find a moose.
And even if they don't find any moose, they'll get to see the beautiful Mansfield Stadium, one of the best facilities Maine has to offer.
The field is beautiful. I mean, this complex is nice. Glad Little League, provides it up here.
The field is very nice. Definitely a good place to play baseball at.
Everything about here is pretty cool. I mean, this field is beautiful. It's great to be here.
A lot of these guys started their summer baseball back in June for their districts or regional tournaments, and Bangor is just one stop in a summer full of memories.
Oh yeah, we won't forget it. The kids won't forget it.
Definitely been a W summer. Way to stay with my boys.
I mean, it's really just fun hanging out with my family. I mean, all these boys are family.
It's always an experience when you're with the guys. It's fun.
So while all 8 teams came up here to win,
first game, we looked awful. Came back, cleaned it up.
The main goal is to have fun with the guys.
Those guys? Oh, it's a blast. These kids are great kids. They like to have fun. The coaches, we're goofballs too, so we might as well be the kids with them.
And there's still a sense of camaraderie off the field between everyone participating.
Pennsylvania is kind of our best friends now.
We've talked to Delaware a lot because we live right near them. We're only 30 minutes away.
We were all playing wiffle ball and stuff, kind of spike ball and stuff in the courtyard the other day, so kind of made friends. Everybody's really cool.
All enjoying what could be their last ride under the Little League name.
It's last year that you can play Little League. Big League, I think, went out the window. So, I mean, it's your last year to play. Let the kids have fun. Little League's dying. Travel ball's taking over. Need to get the kids back involved.
All right, that was a blast. I played in that tournament 7 years ago, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I'm glad everyone else feels the same this year. We're going to move on to some Sox now. Dylan Holloway is waiting at me on the couch for some double take. We'll be right there.
All right, everyone, welcome into Double Take. I'm here with Tyler Cruz, Dylan Holloway, obviously. We're going to talk a little Red Sox. Second half of the season underway now. I want to know, Tyler, we got some burning questions here. Red Sox Nation wants to know, is this team, trade deadline coming up, buyers or sellers? What do you think?
Honestly, as the second half started on Friday, I was all buyers. We're only a couple games out of a playoff spot. And then Friday night happened. That was a very ugly game. I don't even want to say the final score on the air, but it doesn't change anything, Red Sox fans. We are still a couple games out of a wild card spot, still buyers at the deadline. I'd like to see him add a few pieces here, Dylan.
That's right, yeah. Only a couple games out of the wild card spot. They still have, you're telling me there's still a chance, as Lloyd Christmas once said. So with you saying they're going to be buyers, what positions do you think this team should target?
First and foremost, first base. They really need a first baseman. I think they're supposed to be a competitor every year. As Red Sox fans, we expect them to compete every year. Since Mitch Moreland left, we have not had a quality first baseman, and I think that is a big problem both in the lineup and in the field, and maybe an outfielder too. I mean, pretty embarrassing for the outfield last night.
Yeah, not just for the outfield, but I think everyone, nobody really had a good night if you're wearing a Red Sox uniform. So with that being said, Chris Sale, right?
Big one.
Hasn't played a whole lot. Missed the majority of last season. I think maybe 2 appearances. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, one and a half maybe.
He's got a big contract.
Yeah.
Do you think he goes? Do you think he stays? What happens with Chris Sale?
I think that's a question. I don't want to see Chris Sale on this team next year. I hate saying that, but I think you have an ace in Nathan Eovaldi. Sale's still at that age where you can get something for him in a trade. He's got, like you said, he's got a hefty contract, a big price tag, and that's just going to put some restraints on the team moving forward. If I'm a Red Sox fan, he has not been – your best ability is availability, and he has not been available really at all these last 2 seasons. I kind of want to see them move on from this Chris Sale era.
Awesome. So we're going to move on from this bad news. Let's talk a little bit of good news.
Yes, please.
Stop talking about Chris Sale. Stop talking about, was it 25-3? I'm sorry. I know it's painful for Red Sox Nation out there. Let's talk some good news. David Ortiz, after this weekend, Big Papi is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that. How excited are you to see that? What's your favorite Big Papi moment?
So, I am a little bit younger than you. I started watching the Red Sox 2004 during that amazing World Series run. So my Big Papi memories started there. And then I would have to say my favorite one, 2013. You have that grand slam in the ALCS. You have him hit, it was like 700 throughout the World Series. Just put on an absolute show. Big Papi is my favorite player of all time, and I cannot wait to see him get inducted tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a great moment, not only for Red Sox Nation, but obviously for all of baseball. Big Papi, one of the greatest players of all time, one of the most clutch hitters we've ever seen in this game. But, that's going to do it for us with Double Take, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks for staying.
Thank you.
For over 25 years, Maine Collision Center has been your main source for collision repair. Take a look at the following and you'll see why Maine Collision Center brings their team of collision repair specialists to guarantee the right person for the right repair job every time. The result, vehicles restored to their beauty and dependability without the waits and hassles. Owner John Stevens invites you to see his spacious new facility on Target Industrial Circle and see why Maine Collision Center should be your choice for collision repair. The 2022 Bucksport Arts Festival is coming soon, August 19th and 20th. For artists, applications are being accepted as long as we have space. Go to lighthousegallerymaine.com for the application or call 702-9135. Don't miss the Bucksport Arts Festival August 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Enjoy shopping among local artists as you stroll along the waterfront in downtown Bucksport. Paintings, carvings, jewelry, photography, fiber arts, and more. Sponsored by Seaboard Federal Credit Union.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Brewer Redemption Center, and C&K Variety want to send you to see Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse live in concert on their Rockzilla tour with special guests Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Friday, July 29th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Brewer Redemption Center on Main Street in Brewer and C&K Variety in Herman. Win tickets to see Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse, July 29th on the Bangor waterfront.
Welcome back with your Monday morning business news. Here's Leo Jonathan.
The national average for a gallon of regular gas is $4.54 a gallon, according to the Lundberg survey. That's $1.32 higher than last year at this time. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google parent company Alphabet are all reporting earnings this week. A third of S&P 500 companies are also planning to make their quarterly earnings reports this week, including 12 members of the Dow. T-Mobile has agreed to pay $350 million to customers affected by a cyber attack. The hack, reported nearly a year ago, made off with 80 million names and Social Security numbers. And thousands of workers at 3 Boeing plants in the St. Louis area are expected to go on strike next Monday after they rejected their latest contract offer from the company. The union calls the offer unfair. Boeing says the raises offered are competitive. I'm Leo Jonathan with Monday's Business on ABC 7.
And here's Devin Banks with one final look at our full weather forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
And thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already a small craft advisory is in effect until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. As the winds will start to calm down by that point, they will remain rather gusty today, as we'll be watching for showers and thunderstorms moving in. We're seeing a line moving in already, but just some general showers at this point, maybe a few rumbles of thunder as well. This will become a little bit more interesting later on in the afternoon period, as we'll watch for another line of showers and storms developing along a cold front, though, and that could bring with it some stronger winds, some large hail, and of course an isolated tornado not out of the question either. So here's the line right here, though. This is what we're watching this morning, moving from the west going toward the east. High pressure right behind it. So once we get high pressure moving in, which will look to be later on tonight and tomorrow, things will begin to calm down. What we got to get through today with strong to severe thunderstorms possible. So again, we're talking large hail, damaging winds. Damaging winds looks to be the best potential, and maybe an isolated tornado. But wave heights also up as well. 4 to 7 feet. This is why that small craft advisory is in effect. And of course, gusty winds not helping things out at all, as some of those gusty winds reach up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour in a few spots, but quickly backing off later on tonight, but more gusty winds on the way as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Our average high is 81 degrees. We'll be in the 80s for the next several days, so generally above average. A few days better than others. That will be roughly above average, though, and maybe near average. But your muggy meter moving forward will improve after today, with dew points today in the lower 70s. So today may be a little bit rough, but by Tuesday and Wednesday and most of Thursday will start to improve. But later in the day, Thursday, will start to rise again as more heat and humidity begins to move in. So futurecast moving forward, again, showers and storms this morning. Better chances in the afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms possible. Damaging winds looks to be the best threat, but some large hail and an isolated tornado not out of the question either. We'll get that through, and then by later on tonight, we will begin to calm down under a partly cloudy sky. Where's the best threat for severe weather? Basically near Bangor, and along with areas to the east, to the south, and also to the south and west. Smaller risk further off towards the north. So basically, if you're anywhere in the state, let's keep an eye on things today. As strong to severe storms not out of the question, with that threat generally stretching off towards the south and west as well. So a forecast for today, middle 80s afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, you heard the threats before. Large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornado not out of the question. Southwest wind up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 59 degrees, rain showers early, then partly cloudy. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your extended forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation. Tuesday and Wednesday becoming partly cloudy, highs in the lower to middle 80s, and then more storms again. Thursday and Friday, highs in the lower to middle 80s as well.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Comfort Shoes and More, and Herman Meadow Golf Club want to send you to see Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band live in concert on their Life on the Flip Side Tour, Tuesday, October 2nd at the Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Comfort Shoes and More, Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from the Irving Station, and Herman Meadow Golf Club, Billings Road, Herman, Maine's most friendly golf course. Win tickets to see Jimmy Buffett August 2nd on the Bangor waterfront.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Howard Insurance. For all your insurance, you can find us in Dexter, Dover, and Newport, or at howardins.com. Gulfside Wheel and Ski in Newport, your local family-owned and factory-authorized Polaris, CF Moto, Honda, and Kimco dealer. And Studio 160 Salon and Spa. Our professionals are committed to offering the best hair care, nail and foot care, body waxing, massages, facials, and skin care services.
For over 17 years, ADA Fence Company has been offering top quality fences at the best price and doing the job right the first time. Choose from vinyl, ornamental, wood, rental, and chain link fences. ADA Fence Company also builds kennels, enclosures, and gates of all types and sizes. Proudly serving eastern and central Maine. Call ADA Fence Company today at 1-888-891-4564. ADA Fence Company, the professional fence people.
When Katahdin Cruises and Moosehead Marine Museum want to know the local forecast, they log in to foxbangor.com. Take a step back in time and experience Moosehead Lake from a unique viewpoint. Book your cruise now on the Steamboat Katahdin, online or at the ticket office the day of the cruise.
Tonight, the power's in their hands.
It's our journey.
But is it slipping through their fingers?
A little bit rough around the edges.
Will you accept this rose?
I'm sorry.
We can't do this anymore, and it's time for change.
I don't know about you, but I love a good old-fashioned fair or carnival. So all this week, we're out of the kitchen and checking out all the rides, testing our skills at the Midway, and of course, eating our way from one end of the fair to the other. So, ready or not, here we go. Besides all the traditional fair foods, you know, the freshly popped popcorn, the overstuffed sausage sandwiches, and the caramel apples, these days there are so many more options to munch on. Did you know that every region of the country has their own signature dishes that are so good? There is no surprise that many of us find ourselves counting down the days until the fair. At the Iowa State Fair, for example, one of the go-to favorites is a hot beef sundae. Yeah, you heard me right, a hot beef sundae. All it is a big scoop of mashed potatoes smothered with tender as can be pot roast swimming in a rich brown gravy. Then it's sprinkled with cheese and topped with a cherry tomato. It looks just like a hot fudge sundae. And you don't have to wait for the fair to enjoy these, since the recipe is online. Just type in hot beef sundaes. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and now we're off to discover even more fair favorites so we can share them with you all week long. And every one of them will have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
A Southern California shark tagger has documented his tug-of-war with a ferocious mako shark to showcase the species' beauty, power, and strength. The footage shows the 12-foot shark refusing to release a tied rope and he's fighting possession with his head shakes. Now, much the way the dog might refuse to let go of a stuffed toy.
The competition ends after about a minute when the shark releases the bonito, and shark tagger Keith Poe declares, "That's right, it's my fish, baby. Come back again when you want to play." Poe tags white sharks and mako sharks for the Marine Conservation Science Institute. He typically keeps hookless baits in the water to let him know when sharks arrive in the chum slick. If you can catch Poe in several episodes of Discovery series Shark Week. And it's sea turtle season on Florida's Space Coast, and officials say the number of nests could set a new record. The Office of Tourism says more than 23,000 turtles have appeared so far this year, each ready to lay about 100 eggs. Officials say there are around 2,000 more nests than last year, with more to come.
Protecting sea turtles is a big job in Florida as many species are endangered. Volunteers work 24/7 to rescue and rehabilitate 6 sea turtles to help the population grow.
That's a good sign when there's a bunch of sea turtles on the beach, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
That's good news. Well, Good Morning America is next on ABC 7.
Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That is next on Fox 22. Enjoy your Monday.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
It was like 8 o'clock, and Rick's not home yet. I called his phone, and there was no answer. My front doorbell rings. I knew the minute I heard the doorbell what was on the other side. They knew that Rick was driving 8 miles an hour and the brakes were engaged in the person that rear-ended him.